Okay, week 4 overview. So this is chapter 2, preventing injury and protecting children's safety. So again, options, textbook or audio. I will be honest with you, this audio is 15 minutes long. I believe it's 15 minutes. Let me double check. It was one of the first recordings that we did receive. And so it's a little bit longer than the 5 minutes or 3-minute ones previously. So just a smidge, but you do have options. So with that being said, the module looks a little bit shorter because all of the links for the textbooks are not there. The assignments this week is week 4 discussion board, and then you do have, it's called a podcast, but it actually is a podcast. So let's go through the discussion first. And this is a 3-part. So you will have part 1. You will respond to your findings of chapter 2. Just anything that supports or challenges your past experiences or practices. And then you are going to answer these questions from the chapter. Explain what active supervision is and what that might look like. Summarize strategies for teachers can use to help with children learn. And then instructions to maximize your points are below. Part 2 is video commentary. The videos will be below. And then part 3 is to respond to your peers and build that community. So the videos will be embedded there. When you go to the podcast, you can listen to the podcast, and you'll go to this website, listen to the podcast, and then while you're listening, you're going to answer the following questions. Use complete sentences, follow the rubric, it's attached, but are all centers licensed? Are all child care centers regulated and licensed? And what risks are involved for non-licensed centers? What does Jonathan recommend for parents about child care centers? And then what are some concerns when looking at quality licensed child care center facilities? List 3. Their multiples are listed, but just list 3. And then how can parents find the right resources to find quality care? What requirements are mandatory for licensed facilities? How do you minimize infectious disease? And what are some training requirements for child care early childhood providers? Number 8 is how can a program create and enforce policies and procedures? And what would you like to add to the list? What would you like to add to the list after listening to the podcast? Why is it necessary to visit a center at various times of the day? And then we also included a little link to the AZDHS licensing for you to review. So there is the rubric that is attached as well. And I'm not sure if I did cover this, and if I haven't, here's a tidbit. All of the discussion boards have a rubric attached as well. So please pay attention to those rubrics as they do help you maximize your points. So those are the 2 assignments. They do take a little bit more time. You may have to listen to this podcast several times in order to get all of the information. I'm just forewarning you on that. And then again, you are never just done with the assignment, right? So then you will start reading chapter 5. But for week 4, you will be done after you read. So we will see you in week 5.